Hello everyone. So today we're going to talk about connecting OpenCode with ChatGPT or OpenAI models. Let's first make sure that we have our OpenCode running. There you go. And you can see right now we just have these models, which is all free because they're coming by default with OpenCode. I made a video about Gemini, how to connect with Gemini models and also using Antigravity OAuth method. And these videos are available here. And if you want to learn more about OpenCode, there's thousands of videos, but this is my video if you want to check it out. But today we're going to try using OpenAI. How do we do that? So first of all, you need to have an account of ChatGPT. So if you go here, this is what OpenAI site looks like, and it kind of gives you different options to connect here. So ultimately, you need a ChatGPT account, and I have an account, so I'm already logged in. Just make sure you do that, and then that also allows you to access the API platform. So there are two different things, but I'm going to explain how they work together. So what you need to do is first you want to connect. What you might already know is that you can use OpenAI with the API key. So let's use the API key. Now you need to put the API key here. So the API key won't be here. It will be in the platform openai.com. If you go into your API keys, you can see I already tested multiple times. This was like last year, and now I redid it recently. What all I need to do is create a new secret key. Let's say my fourth API key, and you can change your project. You can add a new project if you want, but you can keep it as it is. I'm gonna create this OpenAI key, and I have it ready. I will make sure that I blur it so that you don't see everything, and then here is where I'm gonna put the API key and then just enter it. There you go. So you have all the models. Looks great, right? But there's a problem. Now, if I want to use any of these models, let's say I use as little as I can, minimal, help me explain this code. There you go. You have insufficient quota. Why is that? Because right now you need to have credits. If you go here, you can see you can add your credits here. I have 0 credits. So in order to use any of these platform OpenAI models where you can see a bunch of these, you need to have credits. Otherwise it won't work. I don't have it. I'm not going to use it. But if you do have it, you can, this is the method to connect with it. Awesome. Now let's say you don't want to use your OpenAI credits because you don't want to spend money just like me. So what do you do then? So then the other method is, so what you can do is first you can log out what you have right now, just for making sure that we are separating how we are doing things. Right now only we have OpenAI, so yeah, so log out successful. So if you go back in here, you can see my models are gone, the ones which were showing up. Now if I want to go back to connect and then use the OpenAI option again, there's an option of ChatGPT Pro Plus browser. What happens here is that basically asking us to authorize using the OpenAI one. So if I click on it right now, you can see that it gave an authentication error, but I don't know why that happened. But if you're logged in, it will give you that screen, and then it will maybe ask you for a phone number or an OTP if that's needed. But basically that's all you need to do. Now it's waiting for authorization. There you go. It's all good, right? Not exactly. So you can see that if I'm trying to use the codex one, I get this model not supported using the ChatGPT account. So my ChatGPT account, of course, is free account. Even if you had a paid account, this won't work. So let me see if I try using just like Terra model or whatever it does. Let me help me explain this directory. So you can see that it's able to do it without giving that error, which is awesome. Excellent. You can see that it was able to do it. If I ask the same question from a different model, let's say it's Sol or anything, you can see that we get an error with a chat GPT account. Now, there's always a lot of disparity of which model is available, which free account. So I'm not going to claim that Terra is available because it is available right now. It may not be available there. But how you can check is if the best way, which I found to go do this is if you go into your chat GPT account and then just ask it, let's see what it says. You can see it has Luna, it is Mini, the other ones are not available. So this will keep changing. So I would recommend not depending on me or anyone who says, but checking it out yourself. Those are the two ways. Now, if I go back here and if I try to connect in another way, which is the headless way, now that expects you to have a codex device option that needs to for you to install codex. I haven't dealt with codex app itself yet, so I'm not going to go into this. But these were the different ways you can access OpenAI. So let me know if that helps. And that's it for today. I'll come back with something more next time. Thank you.